Hi, Nathan Pierce here from Family Protection Ministries. It is August 18th, 2020, and this is a legislative update. Wanted to let you know that we are still watching legislation here at Family Protection Ministries in Sacramento. It has been a crazy year, both for legislation as well as for many other things in California, with many new types of things we need to keep an eye on here at FPM, with the governor's executive orders and other types of guidance from the governor's office, as well as guidance from the Department of Education and from the Department of Health. So as you know, if you're in California, there are a lot of different levels of regulation, guidance, etc. throughout the state. Things are different in different parts of the state because of different counties and the status of each county changing. But for the work in Sacramento, the legislative process has also changed as well, with many bills being dropped. There have been still a large number of bills introduced in the legislature this year, many of them still active and still going through the legislative process. There's about 13 days left in the legislative session, so the end of this month is when the last bills should be finished going through the legislative process and off on their way to the governor's desk. There is talk of a possibility of an emergency legislative session or a extra session, but that has yet to be really put into any kind of formal plan. The governor would have to call that session, and we would know what the focus would be of any extra session. But as for right now, that's not officially scheduled. So looking at the things that we've dealt with this year, we've spent a lot of time, in addition to continuing to monitor legislation, we have spent a considerable amount of our time and resources monitoring, as well as doing research on the implications of executive orders and guidance from the health departments and the Department of Ed for private homeschool families. And we are continuing to work to protect the right to homeschool privately in California. In every county, there are restrictions on in-person meetings, so things like co-ops and class days, things like that. But in terms of your right to homeschool your children privately at home, that right is still very much intact in California, and we are working vigorously to continue to protect that right, whether it's working with legislative staff or with the Department of Education. We are continuing to work on your behalf to protect your right to homeschool in California. So until next time, I want to just say thank you for your prayers and support, and ask that you continue to be vigilant with that, as well as knowing that it is never too late to be active in building a relationship with your legislator. You can always call them and express your opinion on anything, as well as send them a letter. Still very much a fruitful thing to do, to build those relationships. And as always, the election this fall will be important in California, as in every other state. So keep that in your mind and on your calendar, and keep up the good work of homeschooling in your family and encouraging others as well. And we hope to continue protecting these freedoms for many years to come. Thanks.